everybody, welcome to another video. This one is the Walcom Slim Xlite. Before I go on, I'd just like to say thanks to all the subscribers, for the likes, the comments, etc. It is much appreciated, so thanks very much. So Walcom Slim Xlite HTE 1.3. Now this is available with a good range of tips from 1.0 up to about 2, if I remember rightly, and most increasements in between. There's a good range of tips for it. It's actually, in my opinion, it's a Walcom Slim Kombat with just a different pot on it, because the pot fitting is the same as the Ego 190, the small carbon fibre gun. It's the same pot fitting. And the gun, the pot that you see on it now is actually the pot from the Ego 190. It's a 200ml pot from that. Because the pot that comes with this is a 600ml, which is like a full-size pot. You know, 600 cc's. So it's like a full-size pot. So I think this is a full-size gun. They say apparently that it's a MIDI gun, but it's not. It's exactly the same as the Slim Kombat, but you know, bar the body, the cut fitting, etc, etc. It seems to perform the same, which is really well, and it just, to me, it just seems exactly the same. So I don't know whether it's some kind of marketing thing or so that they put at different price points. I don't know. This one has an aluminium body, so it is a heavier gun, but you don't really notice it that much. It's not particularly heavy. You know, the difference is quite minimal, and if you've got a 600ml pot and that's full up on it, then you're not going to notice the difference hugely anyway. But it's a really good gun to use. I've used it quite a few times just to get you know, the feel for it, etc. And this is laying metallic base coat, as you'll see, and it lays that really, really nice. It does everything really, really well. I'm most impressed. If you want the Slim Kombat but save a bit of money, this is the gun for you, because it performs exactly the same. For some reason it seems to have a little bit more overspray, this one, but I think that's purely because of the particular setup on the day. Something was slightly different, I'm not sure what, but something was slightly different, and it just seemed to give a little bit more overspray. But that could just be purely my imagination, really. I mean, you can look at the videos and see. I don't think there's much difference. It's just, I make notes as I'm doing these. I make notes because it might be 2, 3, 4 months later that I'm narrating them, and I make notes at the time just to jog my memory. And it's just something I've written down, but I'm not sure it's particularly the case. But anyway, I've said it anyway. The actual tip is exactly the same. So the tip on the gun is exactly the same as the Slim Kombat. And the inside of the cap, where the air horns are, is exactly the same as well. Although the outside of the cap is different, so the thread's slightly different, so you can't interchange them. But as I say, I think it's a cheaper Slim Kombat, and nothing wrong with that, because it's an excellent gun and it will last for ages with the metal body. Something that with a Slim Kombat you think, well, if I drop it, it may well crack or whatever. I know you're not normally in the habit of dropping spray guns, but it can happen, can't it? So as I say, lays base coat down, which is here. We've got the final base coat down. We're going to do the clear coat as well, so you'll see that in a minute. But it puts out plenty of material. So I found on the base I only had the fluid out about 2.5, which is about 60%, 65% fluid, because as I say, it puts out plenty and you just don't need more. If you're doing a few panels, wanted to move faster or whatever, then maybe you would, but I found no need for that whatsoever. The only thing I did, I put it on full fluid for a drop coat. I did a drop coat, but you don't see it because the camera battery went, and of course when it's on your head you don't know it's gone until afterwards. So it has had a drop coat, although as I say you can't see it. So we're going on to the clear coat stage now, and what I like about this is it puts out plenty of material. You'll see the size of the fan, a good fan. It doesn't use loads of air, you know, it uses a reasonable amount of air, if you've got, say, a 10 or 11 CFM compressor, it should keep up with this. But you know, it's not one of those that you use and you think, oh, it's a bit of an air hog, which is important for people at home, because you don't always have a 200 litre, you know, or 150 gallon compressor with, you know, a 5 kilowatt motor on it or whatever. It just doesn't happen, does it? So you have to bear in mind what your constraints are, and something like this is absolutely ideal for someone at home. You'll get, if you're doing like a few car panels or whatever, or a whole car if you want to, you'll get it done reasonable speed with this, because it, as I say, it's putting out plenty of material, and you can see the way it handles a tank. It does it really, really well. Now, a tank like this takes about 230 millilitres of paint, you know, mixed paint, and of clear coat around about 230, about the same. Some of the tanks have got a skirt on it. You'll see this one's got a side skirt on it down the bottom, and where the seat goes up, so they take a little bit more because they're just a bit bigger, really. But it takes a reasonable amount of material, and I've recently got some car panels from sort of like an average size family car just to do, and they're taking about 20% less paint than something like this. So you can see, if you can do it, what I'm trying to get to is, if you're doing a tank in this time, you can do a car panel quicker. So it's ideal for someone at home that wants to do some painting, you know, on bike stuff or on car stuff. Doesn't use a lot of air, gives a really good finish, really capable finish. It's joy to use, really nice to use. Yeah, great gun. I've really enjoyed it, and it's not expensive. It's about 20% less than the Slim Kombat. So if you look at the video I did of the Slim Kombat, and I'll put it in the description, you'll see that, you know, I raved about that, and I'm raving about this one as well. I bought the guns, I'm not given the guns, so, you know, it's one of the things I like doing. As odd as it may sound, I like buying my own stuff, and then I can be as honest as I want. So I'm not raving about it because someone's given it to me. I'm raving about it because it's genuinely really good. And what I'll also do is I'll put in the description an unboxing video I did of this one, the Slim Xlite and the Slim Kombat. I don't know why they call it the Slim Xlite, because it's actually heavier than the Kombat, but you know, it's just what they do, I guess. But as I say, I'll put a description, put a link to the unboxing in the description, and you can see what they come with, etc, and what I say about that. But here's the finished result, and I think you'll agree it's come out really nice. This is only a cheap clear coat. It's a U-pole clear coat, but it you know, it puts it on really nice. I was really impressed with it. Temperature was about 10 degrees Celsius, so about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not getting any favour from the, you know, the conditions. If it was 25 degrees Celsius, it would probably be even a better job. And if you had a better clear coat, you probably would, but get a better job than this. But to be fair, if you look at it, there's very little wrong with this paint job, in my opinion anyway. I'm sure others will have something else to say, but no, a cracking gun, really highly recommended. Yeah, I would get one if you're on a limited budget, about 135, 140 quid in the UK, I think, maybe a little bit more now, but yeah, excellent. Okay guys, well, thanks for watching, and as I say, thanks for the subscriptions and that, much appreciated. Cheers guys, bye bye.